Optimal Ultra, 2 energy to the Dragonite deck, or just one with the opposite BB? I don't think there's a good way to compute which of those two things is optimal, because doing neither of those things removes the variance of playing two colors. It just puts the variance in different places. Someday they'll give us a way to actually mitigate two-color energy variance, and that'll be nice. But you're kind of just moving it to your draw variance and your start of hand variance. Is Marvel Snap still a thing? That's funny. It's really funny to me when people who watch less popular games than Marvel Snap say things like, "Is Marvel Snap still a thing?" The arrogance of card gamers who think only the game they're currently playing exists knows no bounds. Especially considering Marvel Snap is more popular in the content spaces 3 years later. It's Magic the Gathering solo thing, yeah, exactly. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Man, that's a really good piece of art too. I don't know that I could talk myself into spewing this much gold though. Oh, I forgot to buy the Maria Hill. I'm gonna do that now so I stop forgetting. I think we were in the middle of something last time you donated. Yeah, I remember. I'm doing it now, okay? I'm clicking. Am I clicking? I'm clicking. All right, Maria's been purchased. All right, what else is going on in the shop? Ooh, 2 splitsies. My client data doesn't match. Give it a minute. Is DC Dual Force still a thing? That which is dead may never die. DC Dual Force is absolutely that which is dead may never die.
Infinity.
Mercury Cannonball's still a thing. I'll take a look at the stats here in a second. I assume the answer is yes, gamers. Secondary, generally speaking, doesn't gut cards when they nerf them. When they make changes to them, it's because the card's overperforming by a solid margin, and they can make it worse while still leaving it playable. You've not missed the untap stats yet. Split a couple of things. Who's in my shop? Frigga and Mercury. I really want a Frigga. Gold Crackle. Crackle me, brood. Wrong finish. Wrong finish. Premium split, wrong finish.
Mastery.
Mercury. I think I'm only a few splits in on Mercury. Well, it's a split forest. Could be gold. White Widow dropped off hard after her change. I mean, you pointing out that White Widow dropped off hard after her change kind of proves the point I'm trying to make, which is you have to go back that far to find a card that actually dropped off hard after they changed it. Like how long ago? How long ago was the White Widow change? It's long enough ago that I can't remember when it was. I also think some of the designs, like people talking about like leader falling off after it was a metagame card. I think some of those really early designs that got completely redesigned, some of those deserve to be far less popular than they once were. There were some actual factual design mistakes they had to correct in the initial passive things in this game. And I think a number of the things that people are referencing that like long time ago fell off. These are things that like got what they deserved and should stay where they are. I was about to ask why the hell are people doing whatever this is, but it's Nightmare. Nightmare's still not very good. What was this card originally data by dead? Does anybody remember? Was it a 3? I think it was bigger than 3-1, right? Was it like a 3-4 or something? Or am I misremembering? Oh, it was a 2. Yeah, totally. It was a 2. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see it get to a point where it hits that energy cost. Yeah. I remember it being a 2. It wasn't just bigger stats. It was a 2-drop. 1000%. Look at these pixie enjoyers having a good time Mobiusing. And by pixie enjoyers having a good time, I mean look at the way they are kicking people's sandcastles all the way fucking over. We got Mobius, Valkyrie, Shadow King, Shang-Chi, Mobius, Killmonger, Goliath. These look like pixie decks, but if you pull the mask off, it's actually Sarah. When you do the Scooby-Doo mask reveal, it's actually Sarah underneath. That's their secret, chat. They're always breaking stuff. We've got a Nightmare deck that's barely positive, playing Shang-Chi, no surprise. Scream, Wave, Galactus, Magneto, cute. Fenris Wolf, Break Your Stuff, Victoria, still looking pretty good. Quite strong. We don't talk about Frankie, chat. Oh no. We don't talk about Frankie. This is a pile of people. I think this is probably someone just farming 6% win rate. It's not real. It's just garbage data. Whoo! There's a pile of cards. Chavez Moonstone stuff. There's no Living Tribunal in here, huh? That's interesting. Is this people queuing up with their high voltage deck in rank? This is definitely from rank data, just so we're clear. I don't know how Untapped automates these names, but these are just so we're clear. I know this says high voltage, but this is from ranked. Yeah, Chavez update, sweet. We should probably start by just playing bounce, yeah? How hard are we coping on bounce? Is it Oh, it can't be high voltage, it's got magic in it. Yeah, good call. Are we Joaquin Torres with Chavez levels of cope? How coped up are we? And have we achieved Joaquin Torres levels of cope? All in? Gamers seem like they want Joaquin. Torres and Fire here. That's too much. I coped for over 4 hours and I now need to see a doctor. Oh, want to talk about coped up. All right, well, we're gonna start there. That is. Yeah, this is about what I expect Joaquin Torres to look like. So hot. So hot. Oh, the misery. Do 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 do. Ooh, Friga Chavez is cute. I don't know if that's good, but it's totally adorable. Friga Squanch. Squanch is probably bad, right? This is a cute pile. How many? What's MFFS? Is that Mr. Fantastic First Steps? I think a few. Reed's feeling a little shy right now. He can't come to the door. You're gonna have to. He heard Jay say he wanted to check his split, so it's like I don't know about this. I've never played a game with this many Unity errors before. Censored. Yeah, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're close to a fifth. New split unlocked for Pedro here. It's the censored finish. Chavez with the fallen one, chat. That's gotta be atrocious, yeah? There's just like no way. Assuredly not good. The Unity errors are a feature, not a bug. Oh, can I finally get Joaquin Torres's, I almost said Joaquin Falcon. That's kind of translates. Can I finally get Joaquin Torres's, his, what's it called? His spotlight variant? That was one that I missed that I kind of regretted. He just wasn't, it was a good piece of art. It just wasn't going to be a good enough card. I'll have to keep checking for that one. So I have infinite tokens. What else did they buff other than Nightmare in this patch? Nightmare and Chavez. Is there anybody else I should check for stats on? Ghost Spider. Juggernaut. Let's look at Cannonball Mercury real quick just to confirm. I don't intend to play that, but whoa! This was the deck, chat. This was the deck. Ooh, Silver Surfer First Steps is a good call. Yeah, we can look at her too. Silver Surfer and Ghost Spider. Yeah. This was the monster. I'll send 20 if you split him twice. Deal, Jace. Call. Thank you for the biddies. Celebrating the swipes at Mercury Cannonball Wonder Wage. Thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, it's his. Oh, it's so hideous. Hideous, but matching. Still hideous. You know what? It's not gold, but it's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's flavorful for his character. It's a good savor the flavor moment. Silver Surfer first steps. Definitely want to do something with Surge in her. This looks like these are data throwing. There's bad data in Untapped when you look at all of Infinite because people just like queue up to get boosters. I don't know what this is doing, but it looks pretty atrocious. I guess it's trying to go like Surfer first steps into Wiccan. Oh, this is every Herald. That's funny. I'm surprised that's a 35% win rate. How's the stamp going? We're still in cruising through data mode. I have a Surfer First Steps deck we could revisit. I had her in, where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, I had her in this one. Do I have a split? I have a split.
Mastery.
There's nobody playing Cerebro 5 with her and Dr. Doom. I guess it wouldn't be a post OTA day if we weren't shoving something into Cerebro, right? It wouldn't be a real post OTA day if we weren't shoving something into Cerebro. All right, Cerebro 5 with what's it called? I'll write that down. I wish Spider-Man 2099 was better. He'd be such a sweet card to play with Ghost Spider if she was good, if he was better. I hate how much he's been left to languish. Does Glenn, you know, when was the last time 2099 was mentioned in the team answers? Anybody know? I feel like it's been a long while, yeah. Someone should go ask. Hey, what about 2099? Oh, this was like what Twitter page did I have up? This is you know, we laugh because the alternative is Craig. All these rebrands suck, chat. Hashtag no more rebrands. Hope the CDC's stock value goes into the toilet because of this rebrand. I hope they lose it all. Did they rebrand? The joke is, for people who aren't following, a lot of the top scientists at the CDC have resigned in disgust over not being. Believe it or not, RFK isn't using the scientists employed there, so they're stepping away and talking about that. Next thing you're gonna tell me is that the CDC is not meant to be a business. Well, all right, I think we're starting here. We'll get to bouncing, but I think we're starting here. I think I want to do hand buff stuff first. All right, let's dive in, shall we? Gain collection level. Yep. We're experts. We're experts at gaining collection level, champ. But Jeff, what was the last time the CDC turned a profit? Yep. Zabooby. You'll find no judgment here when it comes to buying Creative House Pocket Bundles. They make a lot of good stuff. If she dies, I can't absorbing ban her, but at the same time, it's like, you know, details. I'm into it. I'm into it. Well, I guess that technically still worked for us, yeah. What if I do this, and then we could draw Mr. Sinister and do it with Absorbing Man? I assume we're cooked here.
What a game!
What a game!
Opponent snapped.
I assume we're cooked 6 ways from Sunday, but we don't play multiple games of the Proving Grounds here. Oh yeah, shake my cheat, Eddie. Would it be a destroyed deck without Shang-Chi? Absolutely not. Shang-Chi literally says the word destroy on it. What do you mean you don't want them to play it in their destroy deck, chat? God, you're such bad deck builders. It just says destroy right on the card.
Oh, snap. Opponent snapped.
Previ, thank you for the gifted subs. That's very generous of you. Happy Friday to you and yours. My son got into LSU for engineering. My wife's been an emotional wreck for a week since he moved into his dorm. Send help. It'll get better. It'll get better with time. I think I'm venoming this pile of cards next turn. Is my plan? Full Center Reserve. The problem with filling Center with Zabu is that I'm locked. Although I guess they're sliding to the right, huh? I'm torn. I'm torn. Oh, we could Zabu the Death's Domain. Yeah, that's fair. I think it's gonna be alright. Narrator, it was in fact not going to be alright. We could Chavez center and then Venom, right? All of these are sad. I think we're cooked because of my inefficient use of Fire Harrier. Cool. Turns out it didn't matter.
Escaped.
Doesn't matter anymore. Whenever I see decks like this have okay stats on Untapped, it reminds me that some people's Marvel Stamp experience is just dramatically different than mine. I'm just like, you must not be playing against people that are interacting with you 6 times a game.
Opponent snapped.
Okay, DC is potentially good for us. Jace, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is it ever this? Mysterio dodged all the buffs skillfully. Can we misery the Sinister? Technically. It could have also been right to just, like, absorbing Bad Mr. Sinister. What got blown up? Gwenpool? That's fine. Danger Room's got our back, shit. Realistically, we're probably losing the left as well. Even if Danger Room decides to cover for us, they've got second deck and plus Bullseye here. They discarded a Swarm. Oh, Meek can move too. Or do they play second deck and left? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They just don't have to gamble on Danger Room. The long pause there made me think we were gonna die. Did the economy changes ever happen? They did, Tanza. Yeah, there's no more spotlight caches in the game. You just get a bunch of collector's tokens now, basically. That was actually closer than I was expecting it. Got a couple more losses to do with this one before I threw it away. Yeah, there's no more spotlight caches. You just get more tokens. You just kind of buy what you want. All your keys were for naught. No, they converted the keys into 3,000 tokens each. So I've got 700,000 tokens. I'm a tokenaire. Yeah, in fact, I had so many tokens after they converted them that there's cosmetics in the shop that are collectible borders that cost 1,000 tokens each. I put a 1,000 token border on every one of my almost 300 cards. So I was a token millionaire when they converted them. I've been buying every card, and I put a 1,000 token border on every card, and yeah, we're not going away anytime soon. But the loose napkin math is, if I buy the season pass every month, I'll be able to continue getting every card for $10 a month for like 9 years or something dumb at this point. Is this game easy to get into, or is it a case of if you haven't been here since the beginning, you have no chance? So their economy rework actually made it significantly easier to get into and target some specific cards, which is nice. And one of the things, like, if you were to ask me, Jeff, what's the appeal of playing Marvel Snap compared to other modern digital card games, I would tell you that one of the big upsides of Snap is the fact that their game balance is on point, and you can play with mostly older cards or small subsets of specific cards. They stay competitive. There's very, very little power creep in this game. It's basically non-existent. And from a game rules perspective, it's very easy to pick up to start. Usually there's 3 locations, and whoever has the most points in 2 out of 3 of them wins the game at the end. However, what the locations do flip up at random on turns 1, 2, and 3. And this is a super rare one. Doesn't happen a lot. This one destroys the other 2 when it flips up, which is funny. Yeah, they're onboarding at the start. At the start is very good also. I agree with that. Okay, so the plan here then is I'm going to go Fire Hair into Venom here. And we'll get to gobble these up. And Fire Hair, even though she's gonna get destroyed by Venom, these will get blown up first, so we'll get their effect. This game is more free to play than most of their card games. I agree with that. But I've found most people hate the economies at most of the games that they play, but Snap is genuinely one of the better ones. So the really functional basics of its deal is every card has an energy cost and a power they add to the location you play them at. And then you get 1 energy per turn over 6 turns. And then, obviously, the depth and complexity is from the rules text on the card. So, like, for example, Venom's a 3/5 right now, and when he flips up, he destroys everything else at his location and absorbs their power, basically. So he's gonna gobble all of these up, and this will be 12, 13. He's gonna be an 18 power Venom, and I'll have 3 spots left over here. Yeah, games like Magic the Gathering are impossible to come back to if you're not spending a bunch of dollars. And then my biggest numbers here are 6, 6, 4, and we hope that that's enough. Vote for Pedro, yep. Could get shanked. The Rocket Raccoon is also quite big. We could see like Rocket Sage plus something else. Yeah, so Rocket Raccoon gets them up to 21. Hit Monkey. Merlin. Close! Real close game. My Mysterio reveals himself. Surprise! The real Mysterio is in the middle. Wonder where the real one is. Is that Pedro Richards or Reed Pascal asking the real questions? If you do decide to poke and snap, I actually did an updated starter guide for 2025 earlier this year. It'll give you a rundown of how the economy works and some small things to min-max. Then it'll give you kind of a template of early decks to build towards and things to look for upgrades. One of the really stellar onboarding things Snap does is it breaks up their early cards into what they call series of cards, and the video explains this, but I can give you the bite-size cool now. Where basically they guarantee that you get specific cards to start your collection that will allow you to be competitive as you play the game and your collection grows into a wider range of things. Snap does a pretty good job from their designs of you're going to get more different things to play as your collection grows as opposed to things that are strictly stronger. I'd probably stay free to play in Snap because I spent way more than I like in Pocket. Yeah, I say this as someone who has spent 4 figures in more games than I can count on one hand. I think Pokemon Pocket is the only game I've ever spent money in like that I regret it. my tolerance for what I'll regret from spending is pretty high, but Pocket is like, it's so pure unadulterated gambling. Has Pocket gone out? Pocket's gameplay is fine. I still really enjoy Pocket's gameplay. It's just wholly and fully the case that Pocket's spending is pure loot boxes. It's loot boxes with actual 0 guardrails. Some Fire Lord stuff here. Wonder if we'll see them Venom these. Ooh, so this is fun. So I was going to Absorbing Man copy Gwenpool, but 3 energy Misery. So Misery doesn't actually have to destroy the card to repeat their on reveals. So I could go Surge into Misery here, and we'll copy both of these, and they'll all live, which is great. So I'll get to make the top card of my deck cost 2 less and get 2 power, and then Gwenpool will give 3 random things in my hand plus 2. And then our last turn, honestly, Mysterio continuing to dodge here is good for us. I would like to play Mr. Sinister plus Absorbing Man plus whatever's on the top of my deck here. So if Mysterio continued to dodge, yeah, this is ideal. I don't actually have anything destroyed because of Wakanda here, so Phoenix Force isn't doing anything, but we might still play our center. So Mr. Sinister creates a copy of himself when he comes out, and then Absorbing Man will copy him and make a copy of himself. So this is going to be 16 over here. We'll add 24 over here up to 27, and then Phoenix Force can add a Scotch in the center. All right, cool. We actually went all 3 here. Love it. Love it when a plan comes together. Oh, sweet.
Victory.
Oh, did they misorder? Their Kid Omega tried to trigger her at Sage, yeah? We still would have won, though, right? They would have been +3 here. Airwalker would have only added 3. They would have had a Phoenix over here, but Phoenix wouldn't have impacted this one. I only ever spend money on Snap with the Season Pass. And that's another thing Snap does really well, is I think Pocket is literally the only game I've ever played where I've skipped buying their monthly Season Pass while I'm playing it, just because it really doesn't add a lot of value. Whereas, like, Snap's Season Pass is the best for your buck resources by a lot, and it's super, super worth it. It's absolutely the first thing you should spend money on. But the Pocket Season Pass regularly feels like I'd rather just buy gold and buy booster packs. What about the Shadowverse Pass? The Shadowverse Pass is fine. It's not as good as Snaps, but it's gives you meaningful stuff.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, Pocket Season Pass doesn't give you anything exclusive other than cosmetics, which have mixed subjectivity around them, obviously. And then the way Pocket's economy is structured, packs have diminishing returns the further into the season you get. So, like, the later packs in the season are worth less than the earlier packs. Any input on the best way to put money into Once Upon a Galaxy? Their pass is also reasonable. And then the pass followed by their premium captains would be the order to go over there for sure. Yeah, Galaxy's super fun. It's genuinely one of the best bite-sized strategy games. I'm really excited to be partnered with them. We're going to be doing stuff for them on the regular for a little bit for sure. Okay, so this is interesting. Initially, I was going to go Gwenpool into Venom here. However, Phoenix Force reanimates at random. So I think I'm actually gonna go Gwenpool here into Venom here, Phoenix Force the Gwenpool back. Which means I don't get the bonuses from Venom getting big here, but I really like the idea of getting double Gwenpool. I don't know that we're going to be able to keep up from a good draw from the opponent's deck here. We'll see. But we have a plan here at least. And Absorbing Man's a good draw. It means that we'll have two things in hand that are both excellent Gwenpool targets. You could just be lucky and hit the 1 and 3 on Gwenpool anyways. That's true. That is a line. Alright, so they have 3 Dakin shards. So both of their Dakins, both of their Dakins are. My opponent retreated. Weird. They must not have MODOK, right? Yeah, they overclocked their hand with all the generation, and they didn't have Bullseye out. It's funny. All right, well, the answer to can we keep up with them is obviously yes if they can't bend their things. Very nice, very nice. Clear some of our missions. Alright, how high can we go, Misery Handbuff? How high can we go? Want to prioritize playing Zabu first before we draw more 4 energy cards. This makes our 4 energy cards in our deck cheaper. They get a copy of Gwenpool here. Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's a rude nerd. So Chavez gives the top card of our deck +3 power now. So many powers. We're just gonna supercharge the top here, yeah? So we'll give it +3. And I'll give it +5 from Krakoa. I'll take a fire here, please. Phoenix Force. I'm not really gonna have a good window to use that, am I? I guess I can Venom this and then Phoenix Force it back next turn. I have to choose between the Phoenix Force and the Gwenpool. I don't have any great targets for Gwenpool in my hand, which means there are good targets for the Chavez in my deck. Surge, Red Skull. Oh, are they a Nightmare deck? They must be a Nightmare deck, yeah. So, Phoenix Force is going to reanimate the Absorbing Man, which gives us an 18 power thing that can move around. And it gives the top card of my deck +3, and then Surge will give the top card of my deck +3. That is a big old Starbrand from the Krakoa buff. Probably abandoning the left. Let's do our best corporate Democrat impersonation and abandon the left, huh? So I could slide Absorbing Man over to the right, and then I think they probably contest the center. This will give us 31 here. Misery's gonna kill Surge, but she's still +13. This will be 20 total in the center. They played for the right. Oh, right, their Red Skull makes us bigger there. Nice. We good? Looks like we're good. What happens if you Misery a Venom? He'll eat Misery and then die. It's not a good scene. But like nothing pleasant. No, they took away Venom's text. They did. They did, in fact, take away Venom's text. Always Zabooby first. Always Zabooby first. Eat Misery and then die the American way. It's true. To get Surge down. There's a 4-drop on top of our deck. It'll cost 2 here. Hopefully there's a Misery on top of our deck. And then we go like Chavez into Misery here. Actually, probably go Chavez Fire here and then Misery the last turn. Although I suppose Misery onto Quantum Realm's not super exciting because it shrinks her. I mean, I'm definitely staying gamer. Got me. What do we think of copying Surge? I think I'm into it. I think I'm into it, yeah. If there's a 4-drop on top of our deck, it currently costs 1. It has +5 power. Whoo, doggy. I don't even know if I'm supposed to play this, though. If I play it, it makes my next card really cheap. Yeah, the double Surge buff is really appealing. Yeah, Mysterio doesn't pass on the surge buff, and I kind of don't want to fill my lanes anyways, yeah. The way he's templated. No, it actually doesn't matter here, because I don't want to play him out either way. Peekin, thank you for the almost 5.5 years. Welcome back. Appreciate that. That was a gambited Starbrand. Cute. This seems fine for us. Their deck is a real hard time competing in Quantum Realm unless they nightmared into something ongoing.
You won't need this anymore.
And they played one thing in the center, which means Titania ends up on my side. So we'll win left and center here. Real Slim Shady, please stand up. No problems here. The data looking healthy after the OTA. So I want to make it clear that Snap from a pure data perspective has really looked consistently healthy for a long time. Like when you look up the public tracker, even in the sweatiest bands, like it's very rare to see a deck that has, you know, more than 5 to 10% play rate, if that. The OTA does look like it was successful in that it tapped down Cannonball Juggernaut nonsense, though. I think it likely has a positive, fun impact on the outcome of the game. The average games. The Wiccan Cannonball Fenris Wolf pile of cards was not nearly as dominating as it had been by the new Mars. Imagine playing a game for fun, chat, like some kind of filthy casual. What's an OTA? OTA stands for over-the-air update. It is the shorthand jargon that Second Dinner uses to communicate their balance updates. They happen twice a month. Every 2 weeks.
Opponent snapped.
OTA Shadowverse be like, WTF is that mood? Mood. No 4-drops left in my deck for Zabu, but some good hits for Chavez here. I'm Gwen pooling and then waiting to see what we draw. if we do this, could be fine. It could have also been right to Phoenix Force first. This is a swing and a miss, unfortunately. Oh, Mr. Fantastic rolling cost reduction instead of plus power on every one of his hits is pretty unfortunate. I have an Iron Man they haven't played out yet as well here. I think we're cooked. I think we're cooked. I don't think this matchup's likely winnable if they have it all serviceable hands.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, I'm gonna lose the breaker. I can't believe this was this close. If Pedro would have given us one fucking +2 in any of those games, any of those turns, if we'd have gotten a singular +2, or shoot, if what's her name, if this hit either, so we needed Pedro to hit either +2 on here, or for Phoenix Force to hit either of the other two cards. Chavez is 2 more over here, and Gwenpool's infinite more over here, plus more points in the hand. Mobius is to turn off enemy Mobius. That's not how Mobius works. Mobius on both sides of the board means all of your cards are their original costs when they were added to your deck. There's just no reductions for anyone. All right, well, I think I can firmly stamp exceeds expectations on this deck so far. So I want to play a little bit more with it. We've definitely been winning more than we've lost. It's fun to play with America Chavez again after her recent buff. We can take a brief pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. Don't go anywhere, gamers. I'm gonna be doing plenty of snapping this afternoon. Watching on the YouTube right now, make sure you tap the like button. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps the content reach some more people. I know you don't constrain yourself to a set schedule for buy lists, but I'm wondering what you thought about when you decide to make one. Data, fields, number of new cards. I don't understand what you're asking. What do you mean by buy list, Pekin? Percival, thank you for the 25 months. Welcome back. You mean like cards to buy in stat? Tier list? What's the... card reviews. I just try to do it every couple of months usually. We just did an updated series 451. I think it's been like 2 months since we did it. Usually I try and land them in or around the OTAs at least a little bit. Oh, you mean the end of season card review? Yeah, we could do one of those again, maybe. I don't know. I guess I wasn't planning to do that this month. Maybe not this month actually, because we just did the updated everything list, right? Which kind of covered all the cards from this month, I think. I guess specifically Cosmic Ghost Rider wasn't in there, but the rest of them were. Yeah, probably not this month, thinking about the timing of things. I don't know. I don't really min-max the YouTube content too much. None of YouTube doesn't really promote any of my content. I don't do enough of the cheesy clickbaity bullshit to engage too many people on that platform. A lot of the stuff for YouTube these days, I just like sneak into the live stream stuff and get a twofer. The only reason I don't do more is like I don't want to work too much in the evenings if I can avoid it. Like the deck highlights cut, they probably take me less than 10 minutes per video, or right thereabouts to cut and format real quick. Brave Shriner, thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a mod sword to go at that sub shield. Appreciate you dropping off. Bezos money again. We're playing Falcon on Curve. Speaking of next season, we should get the new season announcement video today, yeah? That typically goes up. Viv, what's her name? I think is the card next month. That was actually part of the reason why originally I was gonna do Snap first thing this morning and do Pocket second, but I wanted to be live with Snap while the season announcement video went up, so we can watch it together. The Phoenix Force has been real clunky in this deck. What else could I play in the Phoenix Force slot, gamers? I've been pretty whelmed by it. It's not fit well into any of our curves. And like here I feel obligated to play it just for stats, but it's like not very good. Galacta, Elixir. I don't hate Elixir. Elixir is more efficient and honestly has more control over your outcomes. Our opponent has walked on Sunshine. Or Air, depending on who you ask. I assume we're cooked here. Scarlet Spider. Maybe. Captain Marvel actually is probably the answer. I like having another 4 there for the Zabu stuff, but I really want it to be a 4 I can play on the last turn of the game. Nah, Captain Marvel's a card that's always felt good in these cores. Let's do her. Opponent unfortunately did not play for the lane I put my biggest stats in. I have 14 energy here, so I assume we're cooked. Ooh, or did they play for it? Was Venom in the middle? Oh yeah, GG opponent. Let's sub Phoenix Force for Captain Marvel. Give us something meaningful to do at the end of the game. Although I guess she's kind of clunky with these clones. Is it Scarlet Spider? I just don't love that Scarlet Spider has to play on 5. That might be the answer. Scarlet Spider is the more meme card, which I typically lean towards playing. Yeah, it's just like you could never play like all 3 of these in the same game as the problem, right? Because like one goes on almost ever. Because like one goes on 3, Or one goes on 4, one goes on 5, and then like this one you can play on 6 at least. It's probably just this. She'd be a little clunky with Mysterio and the other things that fill the board up though. Scarlet Spider's my favorite band card. It is pretty popular. Is Pedro better than a guaranteed from Nakia? You know, that's a good question. We probably would have won one of the games we lost earlier. We actually talked about a game earlier where Pedro just hit cost reduction every turn. If he would have given us a single buff, we'd have easily won. And Nakia into Absorbing Man is also a pretty reasonable curve as well. How the mighty have fallen. I don't think I'm gonna have another opportunity to really play this card out. It'll stop the Red Hulk from growing. It'll contest the, what's it called here? Mysterio will eat the Vormir penalty here, and then Gwenpool will come down. I think we lose to Red Hulk, right?
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, that one too. Unfortunate. If I would have put the real Mysterio on the left, we could have won that location with Mr. Fantastic. Yes, I honestly really like the idea of Nakia over Mr. Fantastic. Also sounds great. Oh, he'd have grown on turn 6 so the Mysterio wouldn't have been revealed. Oh, that's a good show. Forgot that's how that interaction would have worked, so we would have lost. Either way. Either way. Let's get Nakia in here. The free credits are missing on the web shop. Someone get Broad on the phone right now. I would like to speak to a manager. This is unacceptable. not gonna stay here for long anyways. We'll do this. Uncle Ben and Kid Omega. Our opponent's got cooking up. Let's, I was going to say maybe let's Venom here, but Misery sounds better, yeah. Wait, do they just... How does that work? Does the Venom blow up and then add to nothing? Are they just stacking points for a null? They must be, yeah. Wait, Kid Omega gains the points while he's destroyed? That's so fucking weird. But but Nico can't double in my hand. That's so messed up. Oh, I guess playing Venom in the middle is bad because Uncle Ben might be jumping something out of here. This is the same amount of points, so. Good, like we're cooked. Alright, I got one more loss to do with this pile of cards. This is unfortunately going the way most hand buff decks have gone. I'm just like, I feels like this archetype is so close. Like, I don't know what it needs from a consistency standpoint, but it has like a handful of games here and there, but by and large things just don't come together frequently enough. We're missing Toxie, something like that. Man, it really grinds my gears how complicit so much of the media is in all of the awful that Donald Trump does. But there's a story someone linked, and this is, I'm gonna use a direct quote from the news place's framing of this. The Donald Trump administration is going to be using, and I quote, a legally untested maneuver to slash spending without congressional approval. Legally untested. Gosh, if only there was a cleaner way to say that. So it's illegal then. That's just saying illegal with more steps. Legally untested is such a neat way to say crime. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Officer No Gun, extra legal. Thank you for the 16 months. Welcome back.
Minions to me. I'm coming for you.
There's a chance we might be outmatched here, champ. So this is 16, and then this is 10. It's also 16, so 32. And unfortunately, we're down by 45. Few fun games in there. I just don't think any variation of this is gonna end up doing anything too complicated. Whether you're doing fire hair misery stuff or just doing pure hand buff stuff without the destroy sub package, it's just your numbers just aren't big enough consistently enough, and there's just too many moving parts. It feels like for it to all come together too frequently. It's edge. All right, anything good in the shop this afternoon, gamers? 3 days left on my gold pass. Maybe I'll have to re-up that. Maybe we'll have to re-up that. Ooh, that's a couple of new 700 gold variants. Let's go collect those from my boxes here, lest I forget. $700 gold variant complete at the moment, so I've been sitting on them. Buying the gold pass, Reddit would say that's whale behavior. It always makes me chuckle when I hear people talk about the economies in these games. I've talked about it before. I've been playing the DC Dark Legion game. As a character collector in the DC IP, and like the whales in these games and those games are just like magnitudes different than Snap. So this is a team from one of the people in that game. And in order to get this character to 5 red stars, which is his max power level before equipment, requires a minimum of 15,000 USD worth of spend. It's just like such a dramatically different pay for power type thing than card games like that. The only way, so it's not per character, so this is a very specific one. These other ones are thousands of dollars tip. I don't remember what the actual number is on these ones, but this one's like Green Lantern's like a super premium one in the game. He's the only one that's like that. These other ones aren't cheap to get to 5, but they're not 15,000 on a spend. Yeah, one character for one team. So like the only way you could play these PvP character collector games like this, and I've played a ton of them. I like them for reference. I've been playing it every day since it launched. I think they're fun, but like unless you're like an oil baron or someone who has way too much money, you have to just accept that there's always gonna be a bigger fish. The Green Lantern is the equivalent of their whale track character, basically. So you don't get just Green Lantern. You accrue him as you spend money on other things. But like they have it because they five red starred a bunch of other things. Whereas like, you know, Marvel Snap's like 70, 80 bucks a month to have every mechanically unique card, and you can't pay money to make the numbers on your cards bigger. So what you're saying is Green Lantern was the cheapest because he was free. Yes, exactly. He was free. He was free. He came along for free with all the rest of the stuff they actually bought. That's exactly correct. He's not the most expensive character in that screenshot. He's actually the cheapest. That's a great way. That's a great way to put it. All right, we got our variants. We checked the shop. We need to run an ad break. Shall we cope with bounce when we return? I think we shall cope with bounce when we return. Not just any amount of cope. We're gonna Joaquin Torres some bounce when we get back, methinks. Have an advert. I'm gonna run to the restroom. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully we'll have a new season video here before long, too. That was an advanced level of cope. Was there an announcement of why they cut the free credits on the web shop? I mean, I would assume like every other time something like that's changed on the web shop, it's the result of a bug and not because Second Dinner did it intentionally. I've not seen any mention of it, which leads me to believe that it's probably a bug. Usually when they make a change like that intentionally, they detail it out. Let us know it's coming, etc. Before we jump on in to some Bounce gameplay, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my sponsors. Today's the last day. My advanced code is boosted up to 30%. In addition to my Hoaglandia branded shaker, we also have one of my favorite flavors, the Cherry Apple Hydration. It's a nice, sweet, tart flavor. It's one of my favorites with my Jester logo up here, and you can use code Hoaglandia30 through the end of day today to get 30% off of any of the hydration or energy drink mixes on their sites. They got a lot of great flavors and options up there. Let's go ahead and dive on into some bouncing, shall we? Peabody Hightower, thank you for the 57 months. Welcome back. Oh, I got a bunch of gold tickets off the track. I was like, where did all these gold tickets come from? The track. Get yourself a hydration Robert cup. Exactly. Change the Joaquin Torres border. I don't have custom card unlocked for Joaquin. He has no splits and no variants. Oh, the hard choices. I think it's this. I think it's this.
Opponent snapped.
I don't know the order I want to play my cards in. I think it's this. And then I think my game plan is Toxin. Oh, they're giving me an extra turn. Oh, that changes everything. Extra turn is fun. Oh, and Falcon's a lovely draw now. This brick's a draw, which is not great. I think it's still the line, though. Yeah, Bounce is one of those weird decks with Limbo where, like, you absolutely never want to play your own copy of Magic, but when someone else gives it to you, you're like, yeah, we could do stuff with this. Yeah, final answer. And then next turn, I'll go one drop beast. Probably all over here. Or Retreat? They drew 3 with Jade. No, we block warriors on this stream, chat. What a coward. Don't be a coward, chat. The darn shame this Nico didn't run pull them. Notable, next turn the Silver Sable will not gain any power because they're not gonna have any cards left in their deck for her to steal from. Did you just try and shang my Chi gamer? Did you just try and shang my Chi gamer? They're gonna Zola the Shang-Chi. That's so funny. I bet that's exactly what's about to happen. God, I love Marvel Snap. It's so much fun. Why is Beast still a 3/5? Why is Beast still a 3/5? I don't understand. Right, it should really be a 4/6 by now. Absolutely. Are you saying he should join Juggernaut? I like that some of you gave me 4/6 at least. The real monsters in chat are like he should be a 4/5. Oh, did the new season trailer drop? Can we watch that? Dev update is out on YouTube. Cool. Let's watch that. I actually hate that they call them dev updates, by the way. It's not a dev update. It's a new season trailer. They don't actually tell us shit about development in these. Wow, Marvel Snap really fell off, chat. Look at this. Only one view 1 minute ago. What a trash game. Only played by little babies. Game's basically canceled at this point. Imagine playing such an incredibly dead game. Alright, let's full screen this bad Mama Jamma.
My excellent friend. Excellent.
Oh, I'm never eating hot dogs ever again.
At least now we know 12's your limit. Greetings, my excellent
Are there subtitles? There you go.
friends.
Broad,
Yeah?
strange things are afoot at the Snap and Go.
It's me, dudes. Ben from the future. But I don't have much time before the whole world becomes most heinous. Whoa. The fate of the entire universe rests on you. To assist this righteous quest, I'm here to share visions of the future. Check out the season pass card, Viv Vision, the heroic teen daughter of.
All right, so where did we land on this one? So 3-2 at the start of each turn. Give all your cards in your hand +1 power if you're winning here. Otherwise, move this to another location. So, it doesn't say random, but you don't choose to move it, right? It's just gonna bounce at random. This is, importantly, this is a Clea enabler. This could potentially be a way that we get points on Clea in hand. And then Clea's Flames are a way to help you win your locations without taking up space at them. Premium season pass. Yeah, this will be the $10 base season pass card.
The vision, big dreams of becoming human. In Marvel Snap, she grants power to every card in your hand if you're winning her location. And if you aren't winning, she moves to try and secure that most excellent buff.
Sorry I'm late, amigos. My dog got stuck trying to phase through a wall. He got the idea from Sparky, the Vision family's pet dog. A new Series 5 card, which you can also get by getting his variant with the Super Premium Pass.
Oh, wait. Oh, the Super Premium Pass is changing. Okay. Is that different? Because it says Series 5, and it says you could get base and variant card included in the Super Premium Pass. They said variant. Yeah, you could get it different though. Is that detail? Okay, maybe they'll tell us here.
A Synthezoid with Vision-type powers. In Marvel Snap, Sparky moves her last move card back to its previous location and grants it power. Human Torch, Dagger, and Vulture are going to love playing fetch with this little dude.
How badly are the animations on this card going to crash the game day one? Any takers? How many Sparky related game disconnects are we going to? I mean, they look great. However, I am very injured by our client held together by duct tape and bubblegum. Maybe they may mayhaps be worthwhile.
These new cards are awesome, but there's something about the world becoming most heinous and us having to save it?
Yes, I'm afraid we cannot reveal too much more without damaging the future.
But the new Moira X card has an awesome insight for your quest. A mutant with the ability to recall all her past lives every time she dies and reincarnates. She's a most excellent robot now on her 11th life.
In Marvel Snap, she recalls her past by granting a copy of your opening hand when she is destroyed.
You must seek counsel from our past.
I think this card design is really sweet. I'm looking forward to trying. No, so she doesn't duplicate your current hand. She duplicates the 3 cards that were in your starting hand. So there's the location, the first one to fill here gets a copy of their starting hand. It's that effect when she blows up. And now Copefully, Sacred Timeline. Copefully, when I zoom in on this card, it's going to have the 3 cards that were in my starting hand behind her to let me know what I'm going to get when I blow her up. In reality, every time we play this card, chat, I'm going to need you to write down what my opening hand was. So that way when it's turn 3 or turn 4 and we're like, should I blow up Moira? People will be like, this is what you're going to get. What was my opening hand? Yep. Update on from the Discord on Sparky. We got a lot of feedback from the community, and we understand that putting a card solely behind the premium pass felt restricting. This season, Sparky will be released on day 1 in the seasonal Series 5 Snap Pack, and a premium variant for Sparky will be offered in the Super Premium Pass. So if you choose to buy the Premium Pass, you will also unlock the base version of Sparky. I mean, okay, sure. That's interesting. I guess for people that really want the specific card, yeah, it's still a Series 5 card for $10 now, or you could buy it with tokens. I guess in theory, this saves me $10 a month because I have unlimited tokens. Yeah, it's not strictly better or strictly worse. It's a compromise, and it means that there's not a card gated behind it. I don't know. That seems fine. Yeah, it saves me a tenner. It definitely makes Second Dinner less money. Like I was pretty committed to giving them $20 a month, And with them letting me buy this card for tokens, they're gonna get at the risk of them changing this next month and pissing people off again. Like, I'm definitely like, I feel like the what does the variant look like? Is this the variant or the base card? This is the variant. I guess that variant's fine. I don't know. It seems fine. Yeah, put some Creative House pocket variants in there, and maybe you'll still get 10 extra bucks out of me. We'll see. But yeah, they just made Marvel Snap cheaper for me.
In Marvel Snap, she recalls her past by granting a copy of your opening hand when she is destroyed.
You must seek counsel from our past. Unlike Moira X, who remembers her previous lives, you must travel through time to discover how to save the future. Excellent!
Let's do this! Dudes? Tis it better to snap on turn 2 or turn 3?
Oh, certainly one must wait until all locations have been revealed before confidently snapping. Ancient Ben and Young, we found you!
Excuse me, who are Ben and Young? This is Ben Crix, and I'm Youngacles.
Don't be so bogus, Youngacles. Perhaps these handsome devils have some insight into our excellent disputation. Dudes, is Bastion truly wicked or merely misunderstood? True, he is the architect of the Sentinels who hunt mutants mercilessly, yet some mutants are truly wicked. One is literally named Mr. Sinister.
Yes, but in Marvel Snap, Bastion can be considered very good. When you play Bastion, he copies the cards in that location to your hand with 2 cost and 3 power.
Chat, if you are a Jeff Hoagland's deck enjoyer, we are gonna be eating good this season. This is a Cerebro 3 card, obviously. And this is a Victoria hand card, yeah? The only thing better than one Victoria hand is more Victoria hands. So this'll oh, but actually, do you know what the actual thing you could do is, chat? You curve Victoria on 2, Frigga Victoria on 3, copy Victoria and Frigga on 4, Victoria and Frigga on 5. Oh, how many hands? All of the hands. Yeah, and someone's saying Mobius. Well, if you're copying like 1 and 2 cost things, unironically, you could play your own Mobius because this could like copy a Hood back to your hand as a 2/3 because you're probably playing Hood in your Victoria deck, right? Yeah, and then like if you have a Mobius, you'll have your 1-drops with 3 power that'll be 1 cost because he sets the cost to 2 and sets their power to 3. So if you have a Mobius, it'll be could this be a new bounce card? I guess it is kind of a bounce card if you squint. Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of things we're gonna do with this. This next season of designs look really great.
Imagine a 2/3 Ironheart, Patriot, or Silver Surfer. Nothing is more righteous than a guaranteed 8 cubes.
Cubes are divine, I agree, but take into account Jim Hammond Human Torch. I contend this synthezoid is even more excellent. He's a
1/2 at the start of each turn, +1 power for each bonus energy you have. Okay, so it's a second sunspot for Fallen One. Kinda. This is a third Human Torch is the charm. But this is a neat one because it doesn't need to use the energy to get bigger. So if you let's say you do nothing fancy and you just play Hammond Human Torch on 1 or 2 and you play Electro or Luna Snow on 3. Something that's giving you extra energy. This would be a 1/5 on the last turn of the game. You just have 3 turns with 1 extra energy. Yeah, you wicked on 4. This is a 1/6. Yeah, you wicked on 4. It's a 1/6. Yeah, it's good with Herbie. This card's gonna be really good. I think it's tough for them to make scaling 1-drops that are just numbers. I think this one's gonna make the cut. There's a lot of generically good cards that enable this, that you can weave this into your curve. And like obviously it's a sandcastle that gets kicked in a lot of different ways, but the investment you're putting into it means that if/when it gets kicked, you didn't put a lot of points into setting it up. I think that's the key thing. It's how much investment did the thing that you got broken go into it? And if they Shang this or Shadow King it, it's like, okay, sure. And you're probably not playing it in a deck with a lot of other ones, so even if they're killmongering it, they're like just getting this. Sure, yeah, and like there's probably a build where you like play Sunspot and this together with armor, and it's fine. Yeah, you still get to use the extra energy. He's not like Sunspot where you have to like have the energy go unused. This card is likely powerful and has a neat deck building requirement around it.
Crime fighter who controls fire rather than robots. In Marvel Snap, Jim Hammond gains power for bonus energy at the start of each turn. When paired with Erisham, Wiccan, or Agamotto, this man-torch would blaze with the strength of Prometheus himself, bringing fire to the people, and if you play him right, victory to your board.
So, what say you, dudes? Those cards are both truly excellent, but I think our answer is in another past.
Peace! You best watch your next words wisely, young.
When this is over, they're gonna call you Benny the Dead.
You snap already?
I'm the fastest snap in the West, and I drew Warlock in my opening hand.
3/3 for each unspent energy. Give a card in your hand -1 cost. I just like this month's worth of card releases feels like an ode to Hoagland. All of these cards combo with terrible like B-C+ cards that I love playing. Yeah, She-Hulk is so back, baby, says local man about to be Mobius. So in theory, when you pass with 6 unspent energy on 5, making your She-Hulk free, Warlock will also activate and distribute a bunch of discounts for all of your unspent energy. So this one is a big my sandcastle's about to get pulverized type card. But it's also a sweet build around that we will certainly roll our eyes and have fun while we lose periodically with it. Toot, 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 all aboard the She-Hulk train.
A rebel armed with the power to transfer energy. In Marvel Snap, Warlock randomly reduces the cost of cards in your hand when you have unspent energy. She-Hulk and Sunspot have a new best amigo. So sorry for your loss. Not
Victory. My loss. I got Jocasta in my hand.
Yes, it's worth noting the activate happens before She-Hulk shrinks, meaning you could technically lose some of his discounts onto a She-Hulk that was going to otherwise make herself cheaper. So It depends on how big your hand is, right? So you can't lose all of them. You won't lose all of them most of the time because it's going to choose a card at random each time for each unspent energy. So if you pass with 6, it's going to choose a card in your hand at random 6 times.
Ultron's bride, who opposes him at every turn. Your Marvel Snap, she activates other cards in her location without...
Activate. Immediately activate your other cards here without using up their activate abilities. Which cards do you actually want to use this with? It's like Bullseye. Invisible Woman first steps. Yeah, she's a less restrictive Prodigy. Symbiote. I don't know that Symbiote Spider-Man's actually something that's useful with her. The ones that preview. Yeah, maybe Kid Omega. I don't know. I think this card's pretty narrow in our current activate card pool. Lockjaw's a cute call out. Lockjaw might be cheap enough that she's worth going again with. Yeah, maybe Lasher.
Using up their activations. I'm gonna team her up with Bullseye. Boy, that's a lot of damage.
I'd rather die than lose cubes to the likes of you.
Well, they didn't tell us how to save the future, but maybe there's still a clue here.
Road, these are the new Series 4 cards releasing this season. Perhaps there is something here to save the future.
We're getting 4 Series 4 cards next season too. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Oh, they're all 3 of them are activate too. Okay. Awesome, Andy. Activate, give 1 of your cards at each other location +2 power. Oh, do I not have stats on these? Are they gonna show me stats on these? Are there not stat lines on these cards? Awesome Andy is data mined to be a 2/1. Omega Sentinel. Omega Sentinel is like a 4, right? Omega Sentinel is a 4/3, so she's a 4/10 that gets hosed by Luke Cage. Danger, activate, destroy an enemy card here with less power. What is their stat line? Danger is a 4/6. That's okay. Super Apatoid. On reveal, steal the text from an enemy activate card here. He is a 3/5. Okay, so we got an anti-activate card and then 3 activate cards as well. That's pretty on par for Second Dinner's MO. Gave us a bunch of toys and then something to break all of those toys simultaneously. Christmas must be fun at Ben Brode's house. He like gives 3 of his kids new video games and he gives the 4th one a hammer and it's just like, all of you go to town. Ooh, that is a good call out on Omega Sentinel. Omega Sentinel does not impact her specific lane. It doesn't say here. It's highest power enemy card on the board. That's a really interesting for adding stats to a lane where you're potentially locked out of. Yeah, that's neat. Awesome Andy's interesting. He's like a 2/5 with some upside potentially. Little bit of variance, but you can build around him potentially as well. You only have 1 card at each of your other locations. You know what you're hitting.
No, those are great cards, but I'm not sure how those will save the future. What about those new locations?
After turn 4, split +8 power among all the cards here. That's interesting. I really like these location designs that encourage people to play to them early. Yeah, it encourages you to have more cards at Stark Industries by turn 4. Yeah, it's on both sides. So if the location is full on 4, every card at it gets 1 power. Would be the assumption. And a random activate card here for each player. Sure.
Cool locations, but I don't see it. Oh, those hot dogs are starting to bark, if you know what I mean.
Wait a minute. Hot dogs! I finally know what this is all about! Let's go!
Hi, my name is Daniel Oribe.
I'm sure their art is very lovely, chat. I don't really like watching the artist things on stream. Let's double check if we have... Watch the ending bit. Oh no. I think I just saw Deadpool's diner in there. Oh no.
Bye-bye.
Aha! I knew it! You're just here for our hot dogs! Okay, you got us. Hot dogs are banned in the future, but having you doom your presence so we could get these dogs was kind of worth it.
What's going on around here? Not sure, but there's a lot of people growling and fighting each other. More than usual.
Oh well, good luck with that, dudes! Peace! Well, that sounds ominous. But we really hope you enjoy the Visions of the Future season, and we can't wait to hear what you think about it. So let us know, dudes! Ah! A zombie! Speaking of dead, Deadpool's diner returns hotter, snarkier, and dripping with upgrades. We've improved how you raise the stakes so your climb to the big table is smoother than chimichanga sauce. And win or lose, you're still stuffing progress into those taco specials and missions.
Win or lose, you get some progress. Are we gonna get some details on what exactly that means?
Tastes like victory to me.
Road?
Ah! All we are is dust in the wind.
Yeah, okay, they didn't give us any details here. Can we glean anything from the couple of screens they showed us here? Well, I'm going frame by frame here. So we have Doritos. We have Doritos for rewards. We have a shop. Bubs tacos next milestone reset. This is some dev trailer footage here with some images we forgot to edit out. Dev build with the dev build buttons up. So we've got a shop here with some variants. Super Adaptoid looks like it's gonna be... They showed us the 4 Series 4 cards earlier. It looks like Super Adaptoid's gonna be... The base card's gonna be from here, perhaps? 200 Doritos for the new card. Oh, is the blog post up already? Oh, that's interesting. Usually the blog post doesn't go live till the day of the season, right? Okay, so Awesome Andy and Omega Sentinel are the second on the day the season goes up. And then Danger is in Deadpool's diner. And then Super Adaptoid is also around then. Oh, and the stats of the cards are in here too. Cool. All right, diner. Oh, we have some text in here. Deadpool's diner is back from the 18th to the 25th at server reset. This time, the menu is stacked with player-friendly upgrades. We've taken the pressure off so you can focus on the fun. Now you only ever risk what you raise, with no more auto doubling on turns 5 and 6. The stakes are truly on the diner. Your opponent's snaps raise only their side, and your snaps raise only yours, so you can still hit sizzling payouts by snapping up to 2 or 3 times, or keep it cool with 1 or 2. You'll always see when your opponent raises, giving you intel on whether to decide to push or stay it safe. There will be fewer tables, so losing at the top won't send you tumbling to the bottom. The snap is one-sided, so you could use it from an information perspective, but there's not a extra cost to you if you stay. That's interesting. Win or lose, your matches fuel progress on plate missions, which can be completed by snapping. Plate missions will earn you nachos, which is the currency for the shop, and the plate missions will also refresh automatically as you complete them. It's big stakes without big flameouts and a much tastier path to victory. What's Deadpool's Diner? Well, it was a mode with more snapping in it. It's a limited time game mode we haven't had for a little while. And it sounds like it's coming back with a variety of changes that I'm not sure I fully parse until we see it. High Voltage will hit for a weekend edition. This 4-day event will be another purely cosmetic event with no unlockable cards. There will be a new ban list that'll mix things up. It'll be from October 2nd to the 6th at server reset. God bless. I can ignore High Voltage. No, it's closer to regular Marvel Snap than High Voltage. So it's a limited time game mode like High Voltage is a limited time game mode. But yeah. It's a limited time game mode. But it's the gameplay is closer to like regular Snap. Yeah, it's just a do missions quick for the weekend type thing. There seem to be diner-specific new locations with names that are puns on existing locations. Oh, is that based on data mines? Are you seeing that in here somewhere? Based on data mines and the video. Is it in the video? Oh yeah. Isle of Shh. After each snap, move a card away from here. Cute. Game board looks great. Man, are they ever going to sell me game board cosmetics? Assuredly, they're not just making all of these game boards that are limited time game mode only, right? Can you sell me some of these? I want to give you money, Benjamin. Take my money and let me pick so like the Sanctum Showdown one is probably the one I'd buy. They hate money. I mean, I'm sure logistically it's obviously not just as simple as you know, they're in there, so they have to program some interfaces and stuff and let you swap them out. Yeah, I'm sure I'm almost assuredly it's a tech stack issue/delay. Broad is too humble to take your money for such a feature. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to this season. I don't know that there's going to be any pushed or broken cards, but a ton of these designs are doing things that supplement strategies that I personally really enjoy playing. Season pass card in Moira Viv Vision looks like a card that enables Clea and some other hand buff. Maybe this is the missing hand buff stuff card we've had so far. Moira X gives us like a destroy collector build maybe, which is sweet. Bastion is a new Victoria hand card that I absolutely love. Hammond's Human Torch has some sweet considerations for a number of decks, and what's his name? Warlock's the new She-Hulk Sunspot card, which is one of my absolute favorite types of things to do. I saw that Trump pulled Secret Service from Harris earlier today. Nothing says fascism like pulling security details from my political rivals. As we will, I suppose. Bastion is a 4/3. Yes. Yeah. Bastion is a Cerebro 3 card. For sure. He has a little bit of an interesting timing restriction for that deck, because you'll need to play your Cerebro by 4 to copy him by 5 to be able to play him by 6. In theory, you could get really crazy and like Cerebro on 3, Mystique the Cerebro on 4, and then Bastion them both back on 5 to deploy on 6. This starts Tuesday, right? Yeah, we have Monday's Labor Day here in the United States. The season goes up on Tuesday, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 days till the season is up. You also Zabu Bastion to play him on 3. Yeah, I don't know. I have to imagine this is a card you're not going to want to accelerate into too often. You're going to want to copy more full lanes. Quinjet is a 50% cost reduction on the cards that Bastion generates. Absolutely. Yep. We also talked about how if you're copying 1 energy cards, you could play Mobius, and Mobius will make your 1 energy cards 1/3s for him. I'm working on my Quinjet splits this month for a reason. Smart. All right, shall we bounce, gamers? I think we should bounce some more. I feel like we had a good viewer bounce build at some point recently. Am I making that up? Let me check my stats. The free credits are back in the web shop, and they're at 100. Cool. Oh, yeah, I think they temporarily put them up to 200 for the PC anniversary, yeah? If I recall correctly. That's correct. Look at that. Look at that. Memory undefeated. Oh yeah, the snap audio is echoing. Should be fixed. I feel like I want Iceman. And maybe Korg. I feel like trying to raw dog. I feel like trying to raw dog on pure stats is wrong. Do we agree? Do we agree or disagree? I think I need the disruption. Taking Rocket out of the equation also makes Joaquin Torres less predictable. I like that idea. What if we split Sable one time looking for Gold Crackle? Nope, second ender says don't like that idea, Jeff. Don't like that idea at all. Jeff, how could you? We are the weakest link. Fine. It sounds like Diner is going to have a... Lord. I'll do, pig. I'll do. Listen, Ben Bro doesn't screw around, shit. He knows Ben knew that he made Chavez playable in this last patch. And now Chavez and Silver Sable have matching splits for me. That gold, crackle on gold, crackle. Oh, that's why it crashed, chat. The first split crashed, so that way he could rig it on the back end for me. I forgot sometimes it crashes when he rigs it for me, so it's acceptable. Matches the Hit Monkey split too. Please look at these lovely friends. Are we actually all gold crackle in here now? This deck is 100% gold crackle and Joaquin Torres. I should cut Joaquin for a gold crackle card, shouldn't I? At least split him for the border. You can't make me. I refuse. You can't make me. I refuse. It's a shame this isn't a bounce card anymore. If I was going to replace it with something, it's probably Korg for another disruptive card. My Korg doesn't have gold crackle anyway, so I might as well try and play Joaquin. Might as well let Joaquin have his chance. All right, I need to run an advert, otherwise it's gonna happen in the middle of this set. So let's do that real quick, and then we're gonna dive on into bouncing. No Kyera, I always run into Killmonger when I play bounce. Just be better and play for not having priority. The tech card you can't play around when you're playing bounce is Cosmo. All the other tech cards you can play around with better play. Falcon seats, but this is a green. We do have a Christmas crackle on Falcon. It's a little unfortunate. I should probably resplit him for a better one at one point. Yeah. I think Joaquin Torres had a really good. I might be misremembering, but I think Torres had a really good. I think he had a really good. What's it called? Variant. Spotlight. Did he not? That was okay. I'm misremembering. The Creative House Pocket one coming is great, though. We'll definitely pick that up at some point. This is probably the best of the existing ones. Oh! You know what this build is missing that's actually just way better than Torres? I didn't realize it because I copied this deck off the internet. There's no Surge in this deck. That's super wrong. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Surge makes this archetype insane. Magurio, thank you for the 26 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Someone sell me on it for a second. Do we think Agent Venom is actually better than Bast here? I want to look at the last Bast bounce deck I had. Yeah, it was actually relatively close to what we were doing. What was the other one? The other one obviously didn't have Mr. Fantastic in it. I had Iceman. And we had Chavez now. Over Rocket. I like that Bass is a lot more controlled, and she doesn't fight with Surge for what turn you play her on. Pedro is just useless now. That's not true. The end of turn deck literally was so good it had to get nerfed again after they turned Pedro into a 3/4. Yeah, like I like this. Let's do this. All right, they have a hit monkey. I have a Modoc. I want to wait until we get a little bit closer to turn 4 for this Iceman, because I want Iceman to be more likely to hit Modoc, ideally. Although now we're bouncing him, I suppose. Have the extra energy here, so might as well Nico. They shouldn't be interfacing with Clintar, so it's fine if we put the Toxin into there. I think at this point, I don't care about Icemanning again. Chavez is gonna pump out 3+3s this game. Is that going to be enough though? I think I want to leave this spot open in case we have a big beast on top of the deck, yep. Two swarms and a 1/4 scorn. I got good news. Our hood doesn't have a penalty. Hood took those buffs like a champ, yep. So Sage is only 8 on the right, up to 24. They could have +12 here with Apocalypse off the top. Still getting cooked. They had a pretty decent draw that game too, right? Like they had Modok on 5. I guess they were missing another good scaler. They only had Morbius for numbers. Not that our draw was particularly insane either. We didn't have a big hit monkey or multiple demons. Hello, opponent. Yeah, Chavez added, what, 11 points to the board that game? She added 3 plus 3s. I believe our opponent is DC'd. Man, do I re-roll the bar? Or I just accept that we could draw Hood? I'm just gonna accept that we could draw Hood. You're gonna draw what, Hogland? You ain't drawing shit. So mad. I am so mad that Nico doesn't 2x in my hand, but Kid Omega gains power while he's in the destroy zone. That really isn't remotely right. Like it's crazy how wrong that is. Like, actually verifiably nuts that it works that way.
Victory. Opponent snapped. Oh, snap.
Can I get a hood? Can I get a hood? We cannot. That's fine. We'll probably bast the Castle Zemo. I think I want to do this turn so I can Chavez again, yeah? Where'd the second cake come from? Frigga, okay. Frigga, yep. What do we think of this? This lets Sable and Chavez get into the right. I need to remember that Zemo is still active for us at the end of the game. Moon Girl and Quinjet is scary. Monkey's interesting. What if I do this in the center? And then if they fill, I still have 15. Yeah, it's either 13 or 15 for us, and we give them a best. In the worst case. And they might think we just can't compete center. And then we like play a bit. So this is 2, 3, 4. So that means this is 14. And then I have to decide, am I doing this here or am I playing hard for the sides? They might think we can't compete here. This is 14, 17, 25. I kind of like playing for all three. But if they punt one, we could be in trouble. Yeah, they got us. We are too short on the left. Three short technically, we were losing the breaker. I win this if we punt the center and play hard for the left and the right with Sage. I could have gone Hit Monkey, Chavez, Sable, Sage. Iceman early, we hit like a Victoria, Frigo, or Moon Girl, or Collector, could throw their whole curve off. Am I interested in bouncing Surge? I don't think so. This puts me up to 6 cards in hand. Oh, it's such a wide range of stuff they could have gotten there. A little bit of an expansion diff. That's pretty good. What do we think of this? And then next turn we go like Iceman Beast over here and pick the Hit Monkey up. Nick him into it. Jelly Bean, thank you for the 66 months. Welcome back. Is Sage replaceable? You could play like Bishop in her slot. It means you can't conceal your point output range as much, but that's alright. Yeah, they got Hood out of the Mirage. So this will put these 3 back in my hand. And then Toxin would put Surge back in my hand. That's not very good. I guess it gets me more points in the center, though. Takes me from a 1 to a 5 in that slot. Do we throw Iceman to the right to get Wasp? That's an interesting question. No, because then I don't... The Iceman will be a 0. I think it's this. Yeah, the Iceman is free anyways. Look at this. Gives me 12, 17 on the right. Might not be enough. Well, they just didn't play for the left at all. I lost a fucking Kahori RNG. That's very frustrating. They had 4 Kahori hits and 3 of them went right. I guess one of them going right is enough to win them here. Because if they only get one of them there, it's still 21 to 21, and then I lose the breaker, right? Because they'd be +2 somewhere else. But obviously I could flip the coin different. Yeah, the expansion diff mattered. Game was very close considering that they got what? +6 from the expansion. Great Portal not doing us any favors with our hand size either. Sagna, thank you for the 27 months. Welcome back. Freaking Hellfire Club, my personal feature location. At least it's not Crimson Cosmos, I suppose.
I found the rock.
That's so fucking rude. Wait, we drew it anyways? Sometimes lucky. The old 1 in 9. Terex me, daddy. How do you feel about Torres and Bounce? I think he's trash. That's why I'm not playing him.
Hey, I found a rock.
People like this who think they're being clever with emotes are such massive dickheads. I really wish Second Dinner wouldn't give priority to these people and would let us play the game in fucking peace. Let me opt out of experiencing these people being absolute jagoffs. Sage in the center is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. That's pretty good. I might just do nothing here, honestly. I'm going to keep priority either way. I don't want them to know where they should stick the warhead. If I don't play anything, their Teenage Warhead has no text. I guess I could technically count this. The Darkhawk is 13, 14, 17. I'm going to be 17, 18 over here. Is that math right? There's 10 in my deck, which makes this 13, and then it's 14, and then it's 17, and then I'm 12, 15, 20 over here once I lose the Monster Metropolis bonus, and then I'm winning the center. So I'm beating Galactus anywhere, assuming this is a Darkhawk. Yeah, them discarding Black Cat means this is Darkhawk. That's interesting. Putting 3 rocks into your deck. Neat strategy. Interesting strategy, gamer.
Victory.
Oh yeah, we're gonna sweat 2 to 10. Sure are. What a freaking video gamer. You can always tell with some of these people. You can always tell. Do you guys know which year this bro is in this game? Does he shop with money a lot? Wow. Are you coming into my channel and accusing me of spending money on a game that I get for free? What kind of unreasonable mark would you have to be to spend money on a game that you can get for free? What kind of sucker do you think I am, spending money on a free game? Oh yeah, Sanctum Sanctorum in the location they played 2 face down, followed by Vibranium Mines in their Darkhawk deck. This matchmaking's not rigged at all. It's not rigged at all. Low-key Supergiant is like polarizingly good against us also, yeah? Oh my goodness, they just thought I can't get into... They just thought I can't get into the center. Oh, Poppy. Oh, Poppy! Yeah, Makari with the jump scare here a little bit. Thankfully, Miko is my girl. She would never steer me wrong. Yeah, definitely not being ghosted. Just a sweaty nerd. Man, we played circles around their good variants. I struggle to reach like 5,000 on the ladder, even though I play every day for like 3 years. Well, I mean, for reference, I know this probably isn't what you want to hear. Being successful on the Marvel Snap ladder has nothing to do with how much money you spend or don't spend. If you're struggling to find success in Marvel Snap, it's because you're not good at the game. Marvel Snap is a game that has plenty of variance in it, like any card game, but it also has plenty of opportunities to leverage skill, and if you're playing it plenty, you're going to. It could be maybe you don't play a lot. If you only play a few games a day, you're not going to be at the tippy top either. But if you're putting in the time, you're going to find success if you're good at what you're doing. This archetype is so satisfying to play. I don't know that it's very good, but I enjoy it a ton. Not an amazing bast, but fine. Get Silver Sable kicked off here. My number one, I'm looking to get better at Marvel Snap kind of barometer as advice I like to give to people, is that if you are not retreating in games that you snapped in with some frequency, you're either not retreating enough, not snapping enough, or likely a combination of the two. Because the way Snap works, it's definitely possible to be mechanically good at the game, but not leverage the betting mechanics to find the success you're hoping for. Okay, so with Hellfire Club being our own personal feature location, I think we're toxining here to keep them honest, and then the goal here is going to be to set up Beast on turn 5, so our ones have the option to play into Hellfire Club on 6. This gives me 1 extra card draw, yeah? Alternatively, I could just do this, and then I get 2 extra card draws, and then I can beast back 3 1s here next turn, giving me maximum hit monkey value. I'm kind of into that. Victoria Hand's been really popular today. Yeah, I mean, she's a very powerful card. This is also Jurgi and I think Jurgi's a Hoaglandian. Jace is definitely a Hoaglandian. But Jurgi I think was a Hoaglandian as well. The other person we played against earlier playing this archetype. Or playing Victoria Hand stuff. So we'll do this, and then I have 3 0 energy cards and 2 3s to play in the last turn of the game here. Hoping for Demon Mode or +2 on Nico. Location reroll, not particularly exciting. So my hit monkey is 11. And my opponent has a 6-drop from Valentina that has +2 points of power when you account for all of its penalties. My Sage on the right with An Iceman here is 8. With Sable there, it's 10. I think it's this. I think it's this. I end up a little bit short here, yeah. God, my 50-50 flips have been so terrible today. Every single time we've had this end of turn, our location variance didn't help. Kiln was obviously terrible for us. The problem here is if they would have had a decent size 6 drop from Valentina, I'd have to play here. I have to play like this in order to beat it. But then when they have decent size 6 drop plus another free really large thing, the fact that their randomly generated one was also super cheap didn't do us any favors. Alright, I'm gonna play some more of this deck. Our record's only okay, but I do really enjoy playing this type of Marvel stat. We're gonna take a brief pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. If you're enjoying the content this afternoon, make sure you tap the like button on the YouTube side. Don't go anywhere, gamers. We're gonna be playing for a little bit yet. Jack, thank you for the 28 months. Appreciate the over 2 years. Welcome back. You know, it's funny, Mythweaver. My wife and I are actually watching through The Handmaid's Tale right now, too. A lot of you are correct that there are a lot of disturbing parallels. We were having a discussion the other day about at what point should they have realized they should have started trying to get out of the country sooner. The old frog in the boiling pot of water. In related news, I'm going to pursue getting passports for my children. Seems like a thing that'll be useful to just have on hand. Flamestir, thank you for the 2 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Do you think Buff Chavez is better than Hawkeye? I think so. She conceals the power that you have and where it's going. Angry Sloth, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. We basically always Iceman on 1 over Silver Sable. We could draw a Bass to make the Silver Sable slightly better, and Iceman randomly tagging a 2-drop has a ton of upside in disrupting my opponent's curve if that's an option. Soccer Trev, thanks for dropping off the primer again. Appreciate the 15 months.
Breaking news.
All right, well, we didn't hit that one. With 3 bounce cards in my hand, do I ever just like try and maximize? I think I might just pick the Iceman back up here. do we think of this? And then we go Silver, Sable, Beast here, and then we Toxin a bunch of friends back? Like giving Sable, I'm giving Beast -2 to give Sable +3. How I feel about that. The first time I started watching your channel, it was a few months after I started playing. There was a gorgeous card variant. We had to pick a creator we thought would win. I hadn't watched any Marvel Snap content before, so I picked a random one. And here we are. What's going on? Caring Soup, appreciate the support many months later. Probably punting here, yeah? Maybe? We have a hard time contesting nowhere, which is unfortunate. Oh, what's the Nightmare Star brand? Good call. Oh, the Nightmare Star brand is Nightmare. That's funny. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is 13 over here. Like I wish I had a copy of Black Swan or something else to cheat on energy in a lot of these games. My hitmonkeys have not felt particularly impressive. Oh, they felt a little clunky. Our personal feature location continues. Thankfully Beast is doing work. Didn't you just put Black Swan in the king tier? I did, yeah. That was missing the context of Mr. Fantastic First Steps. Recently getting reworked. Retreat is so boring. Should have snapped them on one, having faith. Yeah, to the person I just banned because they came into the stream and admitted they were ghosting us. If you use your Prime sub, I'll unban you. Otherwise, please go away. We'll accept $250 from Jeffrey Bezos as penance. Otherwise, bye, Felicia. This is an interesting combination of locations. Because I could force copied Hitmonkey and Sage to go into the Nexus by filling the right. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, chat. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind! Jeff, did you talk about the developer update yet? The YouTube channel is flooded with comments about too many cards. I don't understand people who want to play card games that don't release cards. It's deeply confusing to me that you would want to play a card game that doesn't release cards. I think I can win this, but my brain also hurts. No, this is right. This is right. Final answer. This is bigger than Hitmonkey would be, right? Because Hitmonkey would be... This is going to be 2, 4... This is 8 to the center, and then 8 in the center. It's at least 4 plus whatever they play. And then in the center, she's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Oh, wait, can I play Hitmonkey in the center? No. Will it beat their Infinite? I don't know, but it sounds fun. Switch the order of the sages. Why? Order of the sages shouldn't matter. Or why would the order of the sages matter? I think we're bigger than Infinite. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that big W6 drop, chat. Man, big old W6 drop. Well, that was exactly how we drew it up, too, right? We're like, I said, when this one flipped up and this one flipped up, I was like, all right, we can fill the Hellfire Club and dictate that our copies from Sinister London land here. Hello! Can you understand me? Marvel retreat. Marvel retreat. Do 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 boo boo boo. It's technically better to play the smaller stage to dodge random warheads. Yeah, that's honestly true. X. S'mores, thanks for the 19. How do you feel about the amount of cards they're releasing in the coming seasons and how it will impact the economy? I say, fuck your feelings. Your feelings aren't reality. I literally broke down what them releasing a bunch of Series 4 cards does to the economy in Marvel Snap months ago when they announced the economy rework. I'm so tired. Genuinely, the reason why I don't make economy-focused content for card games anymore is because I've lost my mind experiencing Marvel Snap, where I did a ton of numbers-based good data about economy stuff, and then everybody just ignored it and got mad anyways. I put so much work in to talking about how the economy functions in these games, and just no one gives a shit. It's all feels and no reels. Pure vibes based economy. No Hellfire Club is the game bugged. Yeah, making the economy videos is like just hugely negative EV. They are a ton of work for me to make well, and I feel mad with the result of them because people just ignore everything I said to them. Like it's just a zero upside proposition for me to make that kind of content. Yes, yeah, it's actually what I was talking about the other day. Seeing how people react to Second Dinner communicating with their player base, I understand why other game companies don't communicate with their player base. I think it actually costs Second Dinner money to communicate with their player base the way that they do. Also, by the way, because we're bullshitting while I'm playing. Someone earlier was asking about Shang-Chi and Killmonger while playing this deck. Do you see how I've navigated this game? How I bounced my cards in the center on this turn, and now my opponent, who's almost assuredly a Killmonger deck, has priority? So I made explicit sequencing decisions over the course of this game to navigate it to this spot where they can't Shang-Chi my She-Hulk, and they're only Killmongering a minimal amount of things. And they absolutely have 1,000 tech cards they are about to play out here, and that's why they're snapping. And we're gonna play around Teenage Warhead here as well as we sequence our cards. So they're gonna get +6 over here when they kill my demon. And then that puts them to 13. And then Nico plus this is 9 and 8 is 17. So I'm going to 20, and then I'll put these two in the center. So there's the Killmonger we predicted. So we're tied on the left, and then we should win the breaker here, I believe. Nice boomer snap. Yeah. They're up one over there. No, they're actually down over there. We're gonna win 2 lanes and tie the third. Nice tech card. Nice turn 6 snap. That is a clinic on how you manage priority and bounce. I want to make it really clear, because someone just said, even after I said fuck your feelings, the numbers are wrong about you releasing them too many cards. People really don't understand how much better Second Dinner made the Marvel Snap economy. Second Dinner is releasing almost twice as many cards as they previously released, and the dollar amount you have to spend to stay collection complete day one remained almost exactly the same. So if you're someone who's spending money on this game, you spend the exact same amount you did under the Spotlight cash system and get twice as many game pieces now. And if you're a free-to-play player or a small spender or a season pass player, you get more agency over which cards you get to skip and which ones that you get. And yes, absolutely, free-to-play players don't get every card for free, but they've never gotten every card for free, and they actually get a higher raw number of cards for free now while picking and choosing which ones they get at the same time. And fun fact, something they did do for small spenders that was a huge leg up to highlight how much better the economy is for small spenders too. Small spenders, season pass players spending $10 a month, they can get every season 5, every series 5 card on release. In fact, this is actually funny. The complaining about the economy, actually, I think I have to take that back now. Because people bitched so much about the super premium pass card, I actually think season pass players no longer get every season 5 card for free, because this upcoming season, they changed the super premium pass card from series 4 to series 5 so they could release it so it wouldn't be exclusive. So by removing exclusivity and making it Series 5 instead of Series 4, I think it actually makes things a bit worse for the $10 a month spenders. Because I think, and obviously there's some wiggle room there, and there's some variance on opening snap pack bonuses, but I actually think there's a chance that them making that move actually means that season pass only players who are closer on resources are gonna miss on a Series 5 kit occasionally now. Yeah, it's just, I really can't emphasize enough that it's like how I genuinely, by both vibes and the numbers that are run on pure, both my personal vibe, and I say this as a vibe of someone who spent thousands of dollars in lots of these games. I think Marvel Snap has the best economy of any modern digital card game that's currently successful. I think their latest iteration, I think literally the only thing worth complaining about in the current Marvel Snap economy is that it's atrocious that you have to wait for the Series 4 and 5 cards to cycle through the shop. I think we've finally gotten to a point where they've nailed all of the numbers on the economy perspective. And I think the only thing they need to fix or hammer on or change is it's silly that people who are missing lots of Series 4 and 5 cards have to wait for the one that they want to cycle through the shop 3 times a day. I think that system's atrocious.
Victory.
But the actual how do the numbers line up in the economy? They are deeply and incredibly reasonable. Yes, that rotator in part is a holdover from the previous economy system, I think. I agree. I would agree with that. All right, well, so this is a convenient disconnect here at the end, or person leaving. I kind of wanted to wrap the bounce deck up on that perfect game where we outplayed that opponent amazingly by throwing priority into their boomer snap. But I also wanted to finish the gold conquest. Now I get to have my cake and eat it too. We won the gold conquest, and we get to end on that perfect game. I don't know how I feel about, I love the core of this deck, and it's a ton of fun to play, and Chavez felt genuinely good throughout the course of that set. However, part of me really wants to work a cost reducer in here. I think just Surge and Beast is not quite enough. And honestly, thinking about it, I wonder if we're just not a Bast bounce deck. I wonder if that's I kind of like all of the ones, and like Basting is only okay on some of our cards, And America Chavez actually makes Bast a bit worse because your Bast is downgrading anything you've Chavezed onto. So I know I put her in the stinky tier in the last tier list, but unironically here, I think we cut the Bast and slide Black Swan back in. One of the nice things about Black Swan is she gives you a lot more freedom to use your beast throughout the course of the game. Like, if you go back and watch a bunch of those games that I play, I had to be, like, really meticulous about when I was playing the beast. It was, like, really important that I had to play them on 5 so they could be free on 6 a lot. Yeah, we get to sneak another Creative House Pocket variant into the deck as well, which is obviously a huge upgrade. Yeah, I think I'd end here, and then obviously I need to change the name. I think I'm just gonna call this Classic Bounce at this point, honestly. It's fairly classical. I think Surge for aspiring bounce enjoyers at home. You're like, Jeff, I need to budget some cards. What can we budget? I think Surge is important. I think she's a cost reducer like Black Swan. Maybe you could get away with playing a copy of Hope Summers over one of these. Gives you extra energy, not perfect, but could be okay. You could maybe cope Wiccan in here as well. We've played Wiccan Bounce in the past, but like, I think you need 2 ways to kind of cheat on energy, so to speak. I like these the most, but there's some other options. Silver Sable can be another 1 energy card. Hawkeye or Rocket Raccoon, regular Hawkeye or Rocket Raccoon. Sage can be another scaler. You could play Collector or Bishop in here. Those have the downside of that their points are on the board, so they're a little bit more susceptible to tech cards, but they also have less strict timing restrictions in the mid to late game, which has value in and of itself. They're not a strictly worse thing. I do think you need Hitmonkey. I do think you need Toxin. I do think you need Nico Minaru. So this archetype honestly has a lot of flexibility in its higher series cards, which is nice. I think there's pretty reasonable substitutions for a lot of things at this point. No, you don't need Kyera in this deck. The way you beat Killmonger is like going back and watching that last game that we played, where like you play properly and you throw priority so that way your opponent's tech cards don't impact you. The tech card that Bounce is actually really bad against, that's hard to play around, is Cosmo. As someone who's played so much of this archetype, Cosmo is the #1 card that just like catches you with your pants down with some frequency, where you're just like, well, if they have the Cosmo, we're just dead here. But any of the reactive tech cards, unless there's like an Invisible Woman involved, you can usually play around them with proper play. Make a note on that one. Fart can get you too sometimes. Sometimes, if you know the fart plus Shang-Chi can be a squeeze that's hard, but this deck can play for priority really efficiently, and your copies of Demon play into Alioth lanes just fine. So I actually don't think Alioth is too difficult on the last turn of the game, generally speaking. If you're bad, you should find a different deck, preferably one with Shang-Chi in it. God, I really need Crackle on Surge. So we're so many Surge splits deep at this point. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 Surge splits. All right, the 20th one is assuredly it, yes? Assuredly. I'm gonna do one for good measure. I feel like we're out at this point. The 20th split is the magical one, baby. Unlucky. Yeah, gold with the blue Crackle would be the primo. Poor girl. All right, gamers, it's 4:15 here in the cornfields. I've been live for almost 9 hours. Is there a way you could try a deck of mine? We actually do viewer deck submissions periodically. We'll probably be doing viewer deck submissions on Monday is my plan. Twitch subscribers and YouTube members can send them in for a small tip typically. So If you're looking for highlights, if you missed some of the bounce set, there'll be a highlight of that up on the YouTube channel over the weekend for sure. I will be putting together a best decks roundup coming through the post OTA data late tonight to go up either late tonight or early tomorrow morning on the Hooglandia Snap channel. And if you're looking for what's it called, Pokemon Pocket content, we've got a ton of that up there as well. Appreciate everyone's here through the end of it. I hope your weekend is fun and safe wherever you're at in the world. Hopefully we'll see some of y'all back around again on Monday for another live one.